Well, hello YouTube, and a warm welcome to the Essentially Crypto channel. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm your host. And today we're going to look at creating a 10,000 piece, or in my case, 1,000 piece NFT collection. Now, it's pretty much free of charge because it's on Matic, so it doesn't cost you a penny to do, and it's fun and simple. So therefore, I'm going to take you through step by step how you can create your own NFT collection if you'd like to put one out there. Let's get started, shall we? This is the first part of your NFT creation. You need to have some kind of software to be able to manipulate images, okay? So you can go on the internet, you can go to, I think it's called Photopea or Photopea, or you can go to Canva, or you can have Photoshop like I've got here. Now the basics of it is that you need everything on separate layers. So you can see here, this is my little thing of me, a balloon caricature that was handmade. And then basically what I did was I went around, I lighted it properly, I cut it out. And then you can see here, I've made separate layers. So this one here, if I was to click off this layer here and hide it, you can see that's the microphone gone. And then if I was to click off this layer, you can see that's me gone, and I've only remaining is this one here. Now if you want to add extra layers, all you have to do is go to this button down here, and you would click on that to add a new layer, okay? But I'm not going to teach you how to use Photoshop. There's plenty of tutorials on the internet of how to do that. But basically what you have to do is you have to create layers for your NFT, because then what happens is when you put these into the generator, they will take those layers and then they will put them together to create a picture. So you need to make sure that the background is all clear as well. So for instance, if I was to just show you the microphone here, you can see there's nothing else on that background. It's literally just clear as it is. Then all you have to do is you have to go up the top here and you have to save as a PNG. So you save as a PNG, that will keep the qualities that it needs to be completely invisible background with just the thing itself. Once you've done that, you save all of your little bits, however many you need for your traits, and then you're ready to move on to the next phase. The next thing is to go over to this website here, launchmynft.io. I will leave it in the comments below. All you have to do is go onto here and you have to sign in with your wallet. So basically you go up to your MetaMask, you click on your MetaMask, and then, assuming by the way you have a MetaMask, I'm assuming all that if you're trying to make an NFT, okay? If you haven't, again, lots of tutorials on the internet, so go and find one of those. But you would click on your MetaMask and you would simply click on the sign the contract. You need to sign the contract, you need to prove that it's you, etc, etc. So therefore that comes up, and then you've got the option of going into Matic or Ethereum or Binance Smart Chain. So whichever one you want to make your NFT on, then make sure you sign that to get into that section. So therefore I've done that. I'm now in the Matic section because for me that is the cheapest option, and I want it to appear on OpenSea, whereas Binance won't appear on OpenSea, even though that's quite cheap to use as well. Ethereum is far too expensive for what I want to do. So here we go. So what you do is you then go to create. Okay, so you click on create. Now you've got two options here, okay, and the reason you've got two options is because you've got the option to generate a collection, or you've got the option to do a new collection. Now this is assuming that you've already got your collection generated and you can just add it in there, add the details of it, and then you're ready to go, or you generate the collection using this button here. So I'm going to show you how to generate a collection right now. So the first thing you need to do is you need to put in your contract name. So I've got, and my symbol is BB. Now there's a launch collection later button and there's a whitelist. I would personally say do not touch these. I have so far generated a couple of collections to try it out, and I found that the launch collection later button for me does not work. What happens is it generates my collection, it then gives me a button to launch collection, which basically means that nobody can buy it, nobody on the whitelist, nobody on nothing until I launch it. So in which case, if you're going to do that, you may as well just launch it anyway. So therefore, that's my opinion. But maybe you want to launch it later because you're not happy to launch it straight away. You can try using that button. It probably works for Sol, and it probably works for Binance, and it probably works for Ethereum or whatever, but it doesn't work for Matic for me anyway. Or maybe it's because they were doing you know, issues on the Matic network at the time. I don't know. But either way, it didn't work for me, so I'm just giving you a heads up on that one. Whitelist, that one didn't work very well for me either. It didn't allow me to add people to the whitelist, so in the end I've gone for the option of I'm just going to mint exactly as I would do anyway. I'm not going to charge for it. It's going to be a free whitelist or free mint anyway, and then what I'm going to do is anyone that wants the mint, I'm going to send them the secret link so that they can mint later, because there's no way to hide this from anyone, but people aren't really going to go searching for it. And also, you know, NFTs normally, they don't really get that expensive or whatever, or you know, until the collection's actually gone. But obviously, this is not ideal for anyone who wants to launch their collection, but It's the parameters we're playing with this website to make it nice and cheap and easy for you. However, that being said, if you go for Sol or if you go for any of the other tokens, I believe they work perfectly. So, you know, it's up to you what you do on that one. But I personally am not going to choose launch collection later or whitelist right now because I don't want to do that. So here up is the thing. It's start your NFT collection by dropping your input folder here. Now, what you do is you see here it says download input folder. So what you do is you click on that and then it will download a folder to your desktop, which is the input folder, so you know exactly what you need to put in it. So let's go over to that folder right now so we can see what's in it. So here we are on the desktop with the example input images downloaded to our downloads folder. You can see what I've done is I've extracted it and here it is just here. So if we were to open that, you would see that there's lots of different files. You've got the input images just here and you've got the accessories, the background, the face, the left eye, the mouth, the right eye, okay? So basically, in order to generate a 10,000 piece NFT, what you need to do is you need to have enough unique combinations to make 10,000, okay? That's important to remember. If you don't have enough unique combinations to make exactly 10,000 or over, then it just won't work. It won't let the thing run, okay? And that happened to me a couple of times because originally I just wanted to generate an NFT without any unique combinations and then it wouldn't do it, and I thought I needed to do it. Now, if you don't want to do that, that's not a problem. You can just use the new collection upload and you just upload your images as they are and then you can make that new collection. But if you want to do like Bored Apes or whatever where you've got 10,000 uniquely generated ones, you need to have at least enough traits to be able to do that. Now, you can see inside here, for instance, if I go to the left eye, then you can see that you've got common, legendary, rare and super rare. If I was to click on, say, super rare, then you would see that there is only 3 eyes in that one, okay? And then let's go back to the images again and we'll go to, let's just go to the face. And again, you've got the same thing, common, legendary. Let's go to the rare this time, and you'll see there's probably two faces there, okay? So therefore, you can look at the images that they've got to count exactly how many unique combinations you need. In my case, as I said, I'm only doing 1,000 of them anyway, so therefore I don't need as many unique combinations. So what I did was I then copied that folder, so here it is just here, and then I created my own names for things. So here is my own names. And that is background, face, mic, and name. Okay, so there's all the different ones that it is. So there is the background. If you look in my background, you can see that I've got common, legendary, rare, and super rare. So I saved each individual one, and then I put them in there. So there you've got the common backgrounds, and then if I go in the rare, I've got different colours, etc., etc., and they've all got different names. So just make sure you name them all differently, different colours, different thing, all that sort of thing. It's got all the unique data for each colour, etc. Anyway, so therefore it will be able to detect that. I've already tried an option of trying to confuse it slightly by doing like 20 or 30 greens to give me some more unique combinations, but it didn't work. Okay, so it's not just down to the file name, it's obviously something to do with the file itself. So bear that in mind, you will have to do every single one as a unique piece. Okay, now there's a bit of a fight here at this moment because the way it works is with these input images, when you're deciding your commons, your ultra rares and your rare, obviously it depends how many are going to pop up in your actual collection. So there's a little fight in your mind here because you want to make it so that the people that get the common isn't quite as good as like the ultra rare, but at the same time it might look better if there's more of the same one than there is if the other one, if that makes sense. So like this one, I've gone for the yellow, green and pink, orange for the common. Well, that means that there's going to be more of those about. However, I much prefer the colours of blue, purple and pink. So therefore, in essence, you should say I should swap them around. But then if somebody gets the rare one and they get the blue, purple and pink, then it's kind of a bit nicer that they get the better one than the other one. Does that make any sense? I hope that does. Anyway, it's your fight to make, so therefore you can decide how you put it together. But basically, once you've got all your images set, then you're all ready to go. Now, incidentally, if you find that all your images are a little bit too big, then you can take them to a website like the Batch Compress or something along those lines to compress all the images down so that way they're a little bit user friendly, because if it's too big it will just take absolutely ages. As it is, it's going to take quite a while with this one anyway, but I'm still going to do it just to show you how it goes. In this case, I've got all of these images that are compressed, and then in the face I had to do something slightly different. I had to take it to a different website because it has to contain the invisibility of the back, and when I compressed it on the website of Batch Compress, it actually kept the white background. I don't know why it did, so I took it to a PNG compress instead. So I managed to get it to about 1 megabyte, give or take. and then the rest of them are sort of in line, but it still makes 1,000 images, still makes it quite hefty, so therefore it's still going to take you some time. But either way, that is your images. They're all set, ready to go. You just pop them in the folders how you want to, and then you are ready for the next stage, which is to go back to the website, and that's where we're going right now. Okay, so here we are on the generation of the images themselves. Remember, I've got this input images copy. Now, incidentally, I heard a few people on the forums and stuff saying that they got this weird error. This is the weird error they would have got. Let me just see if I can drop that in there and show you the error. And what happens, it comes up is file background JPEG not nested correctly. So it will say that some of the images are not nested correctly. Usually, if that's the case, it basically means that you've used the wrong folder. So therefore, all you have to do is open the folder and go inside it, and then you see this first one, which is called input images. Okay, so don't change the name of that folder or anything like that, and then you just drag that folder in, not the one before it, and then what will happen is it will then populate and it will know exactly that you have got all of the right images and all that kind of thing. Did it load? Let's have a look. Let me pop that back in because I don't think I dragged it across properly. Where is it? There it is. There you go. Perfect. Okay, so now it's loaded all of our images and we can start doing the processing of the data. So I'm going to fill this in and I'll let you talk amongst yourselves while I fill it in, and then I'll explain what I've done. So I filled in all those details, so now let's go through very quickly. So you've got your number to generate. In my case, I'm going to generate 1,000 of them. You can see I called the base art name. I've got the mint cost of nothing because it's not going to cost anybody anything to mint, and I've got the royalties of 10% because the way I see it, I've done all this work to put it in. If it's going to be sold, then I want to get at least 10%. We've got the backgrounds just here. We've got the background, the face, the mic, and the name. If you have a look down here, these are the ones, and you can see a preview of your NFT. So you can click it, and then what will happen is that will update with the next version of the NFT if my internet wasn't so slow, and you'll be able to see it in real time changing over just there. You've also got here, you've got the rarity percentage, which is the common, the legendary, the rare, and the super rare, and you have to decide which ones you want to put. So in this case, I've put 2% rare, 15% rare, 23% legendary, so that way these three all add up to 40, and then the 60 is the common. So that's the most common one. As you can see, it's now changed down the bottom here. Let's change it again so you can see. Also over here, description, I've got the name, which will automatically be this. And then I've got handmade balloon caricatures made as NFTs, so that way there's a little bit of a description to go with it as well. So this is the preview of what you get, and then all you have to do is simply hit generate. And then what it will do is it will go through the process of generating your 1,000 NFTs.
Few moments later.
Now, when it gets to the end of this process, it will give you a folder straight away. It's all automatic, so you don't have to worry about it. And all you have to do is basically upload that folder to the next section. Now, there are a few ifs and buts with this because sometimes it can go slightly wrong. So now I'm going to show you exactly what you can do if this is to happen. Okay, so in the case that happens and maybe you click off it, or maybe your folder is too big. That's what happened in my case. And when I was uploading, it was taking so long, I just didn't want to do it. So what I did was I took it to a compacting software called Image Compress, or you can use anyone on the internet or whatever you want, and basically all I did was I compressed all of the images down so they were a lot smaller, so that way it didn't take so long to upload and all that kind of stuff. Now the only thing is I lost that upload window, which is a bit of a pain, and then you might panic because you think, what am I going to do? Well, don't worry, because here is the simple solution, and that is you go over to here to New Collection and you click on New Collection. Now basically what this is exactly the same thing, so you will have to fill in all your information again, so I will do that now. And then you're all set and ready to go. All you need to do, once you've filled in the information, the same information you had before, make sure it's exactly the same because it's going to be to do with your metadata you've already put in. If you change the name slightly, it won't work. So then you hit next, and now you're back to that same window. So if that happens, don't worry about this. There's a couple of reasons that can happen. Firstly, your MetaMask can time out. It can take too long to download, that kind of thing. Or maybe you just go off and do something and then come back later, and then you realise that you've lost that window. So it's just to let you know how to get that window back. Now what you have to do is drop and drag your NFT accessories just here right now. So in this case it's the output number 2. All I do is I click on that. Now I don't download the output number 2, but what I do is I take the images and the metadata, and then I just simply slide that across and I pop it straight in there like that, and that is pretty much that. So now it's going to start uploading the images, and then once it's all uploaded, it will give you an option to buy the NFTs. Okay, so there you are, and once you've accepted a few transactions on MetaMask, it's just a simply case of clicking the buttons on MetaMask saying that you accept, and then it goes straight into this here, which will say completed, and then it will give you your thing to mint. So therefore you can start sharing that address out so that people can mint at their own convenience. But anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've learned something here on how you can launch your very own NFT collection, and I'll be doing giveaways for the NFT. So if you would like one of them, then put the word whitelist or WL in the comments below, and let me know what you think of the video as well. If you haven't liked and subscribed, then please feel free to do that. It does let the YouTube algorithm know that this is a video that other people might want to watch as well, and I hope to see you on the next video. But as always, remember, don't take any of this as financial advice, because crypto can go up and it can make you loads of money, or it can go down and you can lose everything, including your shirt. But that is essentially crypto. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video.